Hey everyone, Hell Is Us is out. It is my most anticipated game of the year, and I want to give you some impressions about the game as a whole, and then, of course, talk about the much appreciated included photo mode. Right out the gate, and I'm about 15 hours in or so, I am loving this game. The whole premise of no mini map, no quest markers, you're just out in the world, raw, exploring. I was really hooked on that. Not that I'm one of the people that constantly complains about mini maps and like Ubisoft always showing quest markers and all that. I actually don't really mind that at all, but I also like when games kind of let you go free and let you figure it out on your own. And so I was really intrigued by this one. Everything in the world feels rewarding to explore. There's discoveries everywhere, and everything is so contextual. You have to talk to people, listen, take notes sometimes. It's really been fun to experience this game for the first time. Also, a little side note, this outfit, particularly the one you get in the deluxe edition, but even the default one, is giving me life. I love the look of this. I am one of the, I guess, rare breeds that loved the poncho in Jedi Fallen Order. I know everyone makes fun of it. I love a good poncho, and this one looks so sick. And again, especially the deluxe edition one, this chainmail mixed with leather, I love it. Whoever designed that, thank you. So, a little bit about the game in terms of story itself. The story and the lore so far is really intriguing. I'm not going to be spoiling anything, but the basic premise is you were born in this country that is kind of isolated, but you left that country when you were very young, like your mom smuggled you out, and you're now coming back in the middle of a civil war. It is pretty brutal. Some of the environmental storytelling. One of the things I really like about the storytelling aspect is the map, actually. And really, it would seem like nothing. You can, use this map in your vehicle to travel from place to place. But what I really like is if you zoom in, you can see all these little minute regional names, cities, rivers, all these things. It really gives a sense that the world is very established and it's something that has existed long before you got there. My wife is actually loving watching me play this game. She usually doesn't watch me play a lot of games, but she's like really intrigued herself. She keeps asking me like, "Hey, are you going to play that Hell game?" And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And she really likes trying to piece together some of the puzzles in the world. This entire household is loving the game. Adding on to that, I love the aesthetic going on here. It is so unique, feels unlike anything I've ever played. It's this 90s war-torn, partly medieval at times, because you do some like tomb raiding, so to speak. And on top of that, the game looks really good. Graphically, this is really impressive for a developer who hasn't really done something as big as this, so shout out to you, Rogue Factor. Another quick note on the visuals. I'm actually playing this game in quality mode, which, if you cannot bear like 30 frames per second, then you're not going to vibe with this. And it still looks really good in performance, but in quality mode, you do get a little bit more fidelity in the environments, and especially for photo modes. I value that. I want that. So just keep that in mind. You lose a little bit of foliage in performance mode. I've been seeing a lot of people online on Reddit say that the combat's really bad or it's kind of dull. Well, I don't think it's the most advanced. I do think the tools that it gives you between the different weapon runes and the drone specifically are really fun flares. There's this drone ability I got where it like leaps you into the air and you slam down. I think it has a lot of style. It looks good, and again, to me, this game is a bit more about the exploration of it all and less about moment to moment combat. I will say sometimes the environment that you're exploring is a bit awkward. Since there's no jump button, it makes certain very obviously accessible areas kind of silly that you could easily like jump over this wall and just get into the area, but instead you have to find a key code to unlock a gate. It's just so obvious that you could get into this location without needing to have a key or something, but that's a minor nitpick. I don't find it everywhere, but it is one of those kind of annoying things. I gotta mention the music. It is super atmospheric. It is so electronic, synth distortion. It's so much fun. It's got this like dark synth vibe. I love it. Okay, let's talk about the photo mode. I am so glad that this game has a photo mode. I'm always excited when smaller studios include it. The first thing that I will mention is I cannot fathom who decided how to access photo mode. It is so janky and terrible, and I wish there was a different way to do it. But basically on controller, or at least on PlayStation, you have to click the up on the D-pad button and the options button at the same time. This is so weird and clunky, and it makes things difficult, like trying to get your character moving, or say you're like mid-combat and you're trying to get a sweet shot and you have to like move your fingers off the joystick. It's so weird. The focus looks pretty good when you can get it to work. Sometimes it has trouble with distant objects or recognizing what is and isn't an object. So the focus, the autofocus, can easily lock onto the player character and certain environmental objects, but other times it has trouble. I have a few examples here. One, like, it won't lock onto these people hanging from the tree. It's like it's not recognizing certain things. So this person hanging down, it's just not locking onto them. Here again, looking through the grates here, it won't lock on to the monster. Like, I'm trying to get the grates to be blurred and the monster in the back to be in focus. It won't lock onto it. It won't even lock onto the walls back. And yes, it does have a manual focus option, but man, it is so slow to get that where you need it to be. I mean, it doesn't really go that quickly when you're just holding the D-pad and trying to get it where you want it. It's pretty clunky. So works for the most part, not perfect. On the bright side though, the blur and the bokeh looks really nice. It's soft, and you can kind of adjust more than just aperture. You can adjust how much intensity is going into those blurred zones. You've got filters, you've got some frames and whatnot. You know, not having a dedicated up and down button is really frustrating. Some games do the triggers to go up and down, some use the D-pad. But other games like this one, you have to like physically look in the direction up or down if you want to go there. They've also got some expert settings like adjusting temperature, saturation levels, contrast. That's all there if you want. The visual identity is strong. There are so many stunning locations. The art direction is just really jaw-dropping. There's this area in particular that I came to with all these like blue flowers. I was just blown away. I thought it was so gorgeous. It honestly gave me kind of Dishonored vibes. I'm not sure exactly what about it was. Maybe it's the color grading, but I also want to highlight just a few little details that I thought were cool additions to this game. One, the drone that you have makes actual water waves when it's out flying. You can see here it kind of like shoots air down and gives actual little ripples. I love that. The intro credits are super awesome. Whoever animated that, shout out to you. This looked awesome. It felt like I was watching like a sweet HBO TV show intro. It was great. Also minor, but I love that there's a sheath button. I loved this in Ghost of Tsushima. Any game where you can take your weapon out and put it away, it's minor, but I love it. So anyway, that's kind of a quick look at everything. I'm really enjoying my time with it. Again, I haven't beaten it, but I have a feeling I'm really gonna like this all the way through. It is so rewarding to piece things together through knowledge that you've gained about the world. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking about it. Let me know if you have any questions. Shoot it in the comments. I'd be happy to answer anything you're curious about with this game. And that's all. Thanks for watching. Till next time.